Kia ora everybody, nau mai, haere mai, and welcome to my channel. I really appreciate you guys showing up every time, you know, liking my channel, uh, watching my videos, giving me some likes and subscribing. I really appreciate it. It helps me and my confidence to keep on doing this, and it just helps my channel. Anyway, this video is about the Manawatu Gorge, or Te Apiti as it's known to Maori, and there's a reason for that. And so I'm just going to put you through to the video, so please relax, have a cup of tea, and enjoy my video.
Um, the gorge was the original route between east and west in the Manawatu. So between the, say, Hawke's Bay and the Manawatu area, we used to travel through the gorge. But quite a while ago, the gorge, I think, had enough of us humans travelling on it, and it collapsed. And it was really not tenable, not financially viable to rebuild it. There'd been a few attempts, and so a new roadway has been built called Te Ahu Aturanga. The name Te Ahu Aturanga is a Maori name, and it has a lot of cultural significance for the Rangitane people especially, and the Ngāti Raukawa.
The Manawatu Gorge, or Te Apiti, is significant to Maori as it has been the gateway for previous early migrating tribes from the Heretanga, which is the Hawke's Bay, and Tairawhiti, which is the east coast, to the Manawatu area and areas further south. For example, the Rangitane people now settled in Manawatu, their ancestors migrated from the Hawke's Bay. And before the Rangitane were the Ngāti Mamoe and the Ngāti Rongomai, who migrated from the east coast through the gorge and into the Manawatu area. And how do I know that? Because I whakapapa back to both of these tribes, or all of these tribes actually. They then moved south to Te Waiponamu and then on to the South Island. The gorge is very significant therefore to Maori and how we populated the North Island historically and spiritually. Many large roadways in the North and South Islands started from tracks that were formed by our ancestors, and they were initially then widened and developed for transportation after white settlement. And one such example of that is Haast Pass. That's right, Haast Pass in the South Island. That's just one example I can give you. But anyway, enjoy the movie, enjoy the video, and thank you for listening.
Well, Rangitane people were well settled here before Europeans settled here. So Te Ahu Aturanga definitely has some significance for the people here. So over on the east side of this highway are the Rangitane people of Wairarapa and the Hawke's Bay and Tararua, Danneberg area. And on this side we have the Rangitane people of the Manawatu. Further east we have Ngāti Kauwhata, and further south we have the Ngāti Raukawa people. And traditionally, historically, this has always been a transit area between east and the west of this little area. And my son's come along with me because I'm such a nuisance. They've done a lot of work here. It's looking really good. That's where Te Aturanga goes, travelling over the gorge. And over there we have what you call a waharua. Which is a gateway. Rangitāne waharua. Oh, we have to go. Oh yeah, there's a track down there. Because that's the original way, eh? That was the original access to the gorge. And there it is there. So the river flows from here along through to here. And then so we'll go over there and have a look. Come on, bub, let's go. Oh, gee, is there a track down that way? Yeah. How are we supposed to get over that side? Where?
Walk over.
Okay. So this part is really dangerous to go on. There's still slips, and every time the weather is bad, we show up there, the cliff breaks away, and yeah. They've kind of blocked it off. People do cross over though. Now they put on signs to say just how dangerous it is. But the good positive thing is that it may go back to being a pristine area for wildlife, for our wild birds, which will be great. So here you can see a sign that they've put up. This is recent. Well, probably since the gorge was closed. You used to be able to walk through here, and you used to be able to walk down this by the fence here and go, then you go across the road and go underneath the road and come out over there. I mean, the gorges were spectacular, and the views of the river are spectacular. And as everybody says, we have a special sacred rock that sits in the river. It has a special name. And every time when we were children, every time we used to come across here, my mother always used to say there was a big red rock in here, and she used to give us the name of it, talk to us about this rock. When we were children, it was common to use this, the gorge. We didn't really use anything else to come across, just this. So the Manawatu highway, you can see in the distance. I love this gorge because this reminds me of when I was a child, from when I was a little baby all the way up to high school years. We used to come across here and Mum used to tell us this little story, and sometimes we speed through here because we just came through here so often. Used to spend time at my auntie's over in Daddyburg. Yeah. Mum, if she was alive, she would be able to tell us so many stories about the gorge, the history of it. Yeah. So, over there you can see the netting. A netting they've had to put up to stop the drops, stop the erosion, or to contain any rocks that fell. You can see it, and it's all along the gorge. I mean, look, there's even a little gateway up there that people can come through, so that's interesting. So yeah, the Manawatu Gorge has been decommissioned, and a big brand new highway has been built. Te Ahuaturanga, which is a significant name for the Rangitane people. There's a walking track here. Yeah, we won't stay long here. Sometimes they have, if you see the railway tracks over there, there's some railway tracks on the side of the cliff. Sometimes they have train rides along here, which I've yet to go on. Still haven't done it, but I will. Looking forward to that, because you can see the river from another view. So the road is permanently closed. Before, when we could come this way, we used to come around the walking tracks as well. Me and my children go for walks. And it goes uphill. It's quite windy. You have to be quite fit. So I'll just be a little risque and come over here. But look at that big boulder that's fallen down. I nearly ripped the webbing off. Can you hold this, please, View? See, caught some rocks that have just fallen down there. So, even though there's a little space here, the gateway is closed. Oh, you know, I remember when I was a kid, this road used to be quite narrow, and we used to feel like we were sort of skirting along the ridges of a cliff to hurriedly get to the other side. It was like an adventure. And then as time went on, they widened it a little bit, sealed it, fenced it in a bit more. So they have done repairs ongoing throughout the years. But she's tired, and the cliffs, they don't want to have a road going through it anymore. So this area is, the gorge area is known as Te Apiti. This part here, you can see the big, like that big V. It's the meeting of two mountain ranges. And the one on the right of the picture is Tararua Ranges, and the one on the left is the beginning of the Ruahine Ranges. So this part here is called Te Apiti, the meeting place of the two ranges. Very significant, because this would have been the migrating areas too of early Maori. And there's places like this all over the country that have been made into roads that were originally early migration trails of early Maori, the original people here, our ancestors. They're pretty amazing, the early peoples of every nation. Pretty amazing, pretty resilient people. So, better turn back, head back, and the next video we're going to talk about Te Ahuaturanga. Maybe just do a drive over it. There used to be scenic lookouts along the gorge, and there still are. I suppose they're there. And the views were spectacular of this beautiful gorge, as you can see. But I bet in the quietness, where there's no more cars going through, no more trucks, no more pollution, some of our wild bird life will come back and start to inhabit this area. I hope so anyway. But it's beautiful and quiet here. Over there in the distance there's the Te Ahuaturanga Highway Bridge. It goes over those hills, right over to the other side of the North Island, over to the east coast. And that's where I think we'll leave it, folks. So take care, and I hope you'll always be interested in Maori history and New Zealand history and the environment. And don't forget, whenever you're out there in nature, only leave your footprints.